Hi, I'm Terry Farr, the Executive Director for the Greater Picayune Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to Chamber Conversations. Today I'm going to be talking about impressions. First impressions matter. And as you know, if you're going to get a job, you need to look your best. If you're meeting somebody for the first time, that first impression is very important. So today we're going to talk about communities and our first impressions, because the first impressions, again, do matter. Now, when I started putting this together to do a video, I thought of, hey, I'm going to talk about three things. And I came up with those three things pretty easily. But then the more that I got to working on it, then all of a sudden my list started growing. So I'm going to try to keep it pretty short and to the point, but I've got 9 things that I want to talk to you about concerning our community. Now, this will apply to any community, not just Picayune, Mississippi, or Poplarville, or any other, cities in Mississippi, but to any community. So let's go ahead and hit them, highlighting again, not in any kind of importance, and also to may or may not apply necessarily directly to a particular community, but to all communities. So, gateway to your area, that meaning the entrance and exit ramps. In Picayune, you're talking about exits, 1, 4, and 6. But how does your ramp actually look? Is it being maintained? Who does maintain the ramps in a community? Is it the state, is it the county, or is it the city? Because it's important. Now, let me say this. When you take into consideration in a community that you've got the exit ramps, depending on the size of your community, maybe one, or with the interstate system coming through, we're now bypassing downtown and downtowns in most areas. So it's important that we have a good looking ramp to get to the downtown. Okay, so but in addition to the ramps, then you've got the medians. You've got ditches, you've got recreational areas, you've got parks, you've got cemeteries. So all of that adds up to a lot of manpower, a lot of money, and a large budget. So that's important. Number 2 is the school system. The school system obviously is crucial in every area. In Pearl River County we have 3 school systems, but it's important, especially if you're a parent and you have a kid that's going to be going to school. If you buy a home, well, regardless if you buy or you rent, you want to be in an area where you have a good, solid school system. Is the area safe and secure? How's the crime in that particular area that you're looking at? What about the cost of living? Now, if you're from this area, it is what it is. But if you're moving from another area, more than likely, one of the questions you'd be asking is, how is the cost of living? If you're moving from Atlanta or Chicago or something like that, you'd probably be pretty pleased with our cost of living. If you're from the southern states, we probably all run about the same cost of living. One good thing here is our sales taxes currently only 7%, okay? Where some areas close by might be 9 or 10%. How about the health care? Now again, when you're young, you're not as concerned about things as when we get older, but the health care is so crucial, especially for the older residents of a community. How close are you to a hospital, or maybe assisted living care, doctors, dentists, psychiatrists, psychologists, of course, those fall into the doctor category, chiropractors, all of that. How close are you to those providers? Recreation. Now, when I grew up as a kid, a long time ago, we didn't have all the gizmos and the gadgets that we have today. So what did we do back then? We played outside. We played until it got dark, came inside, and I'm sure some of us worked on our homework, and so we can make those good grades. And where I grew up in Jackson, we did have, I don't remember how many parks we had. We didn't have that many parks, but like Livingston Zoo and Park area. I mean, it was several miles away from the house, but I could get there if I wanted to get there, okay? So the distance didn't keep me from going to a nice park. Place to worship. We have plenty of churches. We have a bunch of churches here, and that is just really important for that connection and the community of our people. What about income opportunities? Income opportunities in workforce, meaning this: if you're an employee, what do you need? You need a job. So once you graduated from college and whatever, you're looking for that job, I hope. Or if you're not looking for a job, you may be looking to do a startup. Start your own business. Maybe it'd be an incubator kind of thing where you just got a small office, one room office, or maybe you go in with 2 or 3 people, but you start out real small and then grow. And that is so important for our community, is to take our thriving businesses and let them grow, okay? Now, if you are moving in here from another community, you're looking for a workforce. Now, you may bring some people with you, but you're looking for skilled workers to come to work for you. Whether it's manual labor or whether it's punching on a computer or whatever, you're looking for those skilled, teachable, dependable, accountable, high-performing employees. Location. We're in a great location, super location. But you know what? We can't do anything about our location, but it is a selling point in some areas. Some areas, they may not be located close to railroads and good industrial parks and stuff like that. We've got a great location. So, now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take into consideration the things that I've talked about today, and you may go, well, hey, I'm just an employee. Yeah, but you're an employee that works for somebody, okay? You have a manager, you have an owner, and what I want us all to work on is improving our image, okay? Meaning this: let's just say that you go to work for our newly formed Economic Development Council. We're going to be looking for an executive director. Well, if that person is going and calling on businesses to come take a look at Picayune, we need to have a good first impression, because if they come into town and that first impression is not a good one, we may not get them to come back. And if you're going to get a major employer to come in town, you've got to get them to come visit several times. And you know what they're going to be interested in? These 9 things. Why they're interested in these 9 things, and there's probably a list of a whole bunch more. They're interested in this because their employees that they're going to hire, if they're already local, they're familiar with this. But if they're bringing somebody with them, let's just say they're bringing a vice president of operations, he's going to be, or she's going to be, interested in this, especially if they have children. They're going to want to know, hey, how about the schools? How about the parks? And, what are my kids going to be able to do after hours kind of stuff? So the employer is concerned about this. And so you think about it, if you were to move, you're going to be, whether you have this written list or not, you're going to be concerned about this list. So my call to action is 2 things. One, I want us all to take a real good look at the outside of our buildings. Are we cutting the grass? Do we need to paint? Do we need to maybe put a nice looking awning across the front? Do we need to clean the gutters? Do we need to get the sticks off the roof? What can we do to make the outside of our establishments look as good as we possibly can? Is there a way that we can help the city? We've got to delve into that, okay? Because of budget. We've got to help them somehow or another. Also, too, if you're able to secure people, to get them to come inside of your building, then how does the inside look, okay? So those are things that we can work on together. Now, the second thing that I'm going to request that you do is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And the reason I want you to do that is when you give us your email address by subscribing, you're going to get the video before it's put out on via email or whatever. In some places of business, quite honestly, for security reasons and for other reasons, they're not wanting you to look at the videos or even read the emails. And when our videos are taking 10 minutes, then, you know, this taken away possibly could help, but it may be taking you away from your business, okay? So subscribe if you will. Use your personal email address. That way you get it wherever you get your phone or computer. Also too, if you will, if you're getting anything out of these videos, please share them with your friends. I don't care where they live. I mean, maybe there'll be something for them. Who knows, you know? But anyway, subscribe, share, like, give us any comments, any kind of feedback, if you will. Email me at piccayunechamber@gmail.com or give me a call. Make it a great day.